Chapter 70. Some mystical power. Previously, I only heard that there was a rebellion near the borders. I didn't expect that even the prosperous Silken City to have come to this point. Sanchi sighed. In this chaotic world, if you want to settle down, other than having a powerful cultivation, you also need to rely on being in a large faction. Young master, are you still optimistic about being in the Demon Slayers division? Liu Ruxu looked at Sanchi. Zur wants me to join the Yao Moon Palace. Sanchi turned around and met Liu Ruxu's shining eyes. Zur doesn't have the authority to let young master join the Yao Moon Palace for the time being. However, after Zur finishes her trial, it should be possible. I hope that young master can leave with Zur then. Liu Ruxu looked sincere. We'll talk about it when the time comes. For now, I still have to maintain contact with the Demon Slayers division. It's good to have more sources of information. Sanchi did not address Liu Ruxu's request directly. Even though he phrased it as such, he actually just wanted another avenue to be able to farm death. Young master, are you still going to take the risk? The Demon Slayers division has already been openly attacked by the cultivators of the rebel army. Liu Ruxu looked worried. In the future, if young master stays in the Demon Slayers division, you might have to fight the cultivators of the rebel army every day. Your life might be in danger at any moment. That's good news. Sanchi was excited and said righteously, a man should always strive to progress forward. How can I cower in the face of danger? Killing on the battlefield will only help with my rapid growth and allow me to be more powerful on my own. Liu Ruxu's beautiful eyes were filled with affection. Most of the cultivators she knew were cautious and suspicious. They did not want to take risks easily and did not have the same spirit as Sanchi. She smiled sweetly. Zur respects the young master's choice and will support you. With Zur like this, what more can I ask for? Sanchi hugged the sweet-smelling Liu Ruxu. It's time to rest. Let me repay you and help you cultivate. As Liu Ruxu gigged in joy, he picked her up and walked to the room. After taking off his clothes, Sanchi touched Liu Ruxu's beautiful face. I'll cooperate with you. You can absorb as much as you want. Take it as a token of thanks for your help this time. His cultivation level had already surpassed Liu Ruxu's and was almost at the 8th level of Qi refinement. He was like a fireball that Liu Ruxu could not drain no matter how hard she tried. Not long after, Liu Ruxu was done. She stopped while begging for mercy and tried her best to digest and absorb the energy she had gained. After Sanchi was done, he went to take a look at Songbai's situation before starting to evaluate his rewards from his duel. Haiduzi was much richer than Tanhu. Not only did he have a large number of pills and talismans, he also had many types of poisons and goo worms. Lastly, he also possessed many poison-related manuals and secret arts. There were also more than 300 spirit stones, which was equivalent to more than 3 million taels of silver. Even the grade of the storage bag was higher. It had a capacity of nearly 1,000 times its size and could be considered to be a so-called 1,000 treasure bag. After sorting out these things and removing the goo worms and poison, he divided the other talismans and medicinal pills into 3 portions. One was for his own use, one was for another storage bag, and the last he put in a cloth bag. When he went downstairs to the backyard, Big Smart was practicing the axe technique with his axe. He was preparing to use the Dharma artifact as close combat weapons, unlike cultivators who use Dharma artifacts to attack from afar. Hoo-ha-hoo. Theblood Axe Dharma artifact was not big and looked like round axes. However, in Big Smart's hands, they looked extremely mighty. The cold light cut through the air and made a near-piercing sound. It was extremely aggressive. Elder Kin stood at the side and pointed, Xiaoliu, axe techniques are more profound than saber techniques. Your move is too arrogant and you won't be able to unleash the full advantage of using an axe. It seems that not only is Elder Kin's saber technique exquisite, but he also has a lot of achievements in the axe technique. Sanchi appeared and commented with a smile. Young master. Big Smart hurriedly stopped and bowed to Sanchi. He grinned and said, Elder Kin is outstanding in all kinds of martial arts. His saber techniques are also the best in Silken City's martial arts world. Little Liu, don't talk nonsense. I'm just more familiar with these weapons. Elder Kin cupped his hands at Sanchi. In front of young master. This is nothing fancy. Don't be humble. In terms of martial arts, you are qualified to be called a master. Sanchi shook his head. I want to learn how to use weapons from you. I wonder if Elder King can give me some pointers. Consider this my apprenticeship gift." He handed over a cloth bag containing medicinal pills, talismans and spirit stones. As long as one reached the Khanate realm, martial artists could also use certain things such as medicinal pills, like cultivators. At this point, the difference between martial artists and cultivators was shrinking. However, there was still a clear difference in cultivation techniques and combat methods. In terms of cultivation techniques, martial artists still valued cultivating by themselves. After all, normal martial artists did not have spiritual roots to help them absorb the spiritual chi of heaven and earth. In addition, they were used to close combat instead of spells. Elder Kin opened it and took a look. Even though it was just 100 spirit stones, the amount still shocked him. "Young master, this is too much. Not to mention the other things. Even these spirit stones are enough for me to give you my trump card. Take it first, consider it your reward for protecting our Song family these few days. I also hope that Elder Kin will seek to improve further. This way, everyone's ability to protect themselves will increase." Song Shi shook his head. The reason why he had given Elder Kin so many things was because he wanted to learn something from Elder Kin, and also to convince Elder Kin to continue to stay with the Song family. With an additional Khanate expert, he would have an additional layer of protection. It was impossible for him to always be guarding Old Master Song and the others himself. "Thank you, 7th young master." Elder Kin inspected the pills in front of Song Shi. "With the pills given by young master, I will definitely improve further. I should be able to reach the late-stage Khanate realm soon. I won't disappoint you." "That's great, Elder Kin. You don't have to be thrifty with these. Use these resources as soon as possible." Song Shi smiled. The late-stage Khanate realm was equivalent to the 9th level of Qi refinement. He believed that unless one had an enemy like Haiduzi, who else would be in their right mind to threaten the old Master Song that was protected by cultivators at the 9th level of Qi refinement? "I abide by the young master's instructions." Elder Kin accepted the resources with a smile. "Young master, what do you want to learn?" "I'll learn sword skills for the time being." "All right. I'll teach young master the strongest swordsmanship skill I know, Gust Wine Sword." Elder Kin was extremely generous and directly took out his trump card. This sword technique is a top-notch sword technique in the mortal world. If you cultivate it to perfection, you will be able to access the divine power of the Gust Wine Sword. Divine power. Song Shi nodded. When the martial arts technique was developed to the limit and reached the level of perfection, it would have the power to reach the heavens, which was known as the divine power. Simply put, it could mobilize the spiritual chi of heaven and earth to increase its power, like spells. However, it was relatively difficult and was far more difficult to achieve than cultivating spells. However, once it was cultivated, the divine power would have something that spells lacked. The release speed would be extremely fast, and it would also lash out a domineering attack. Once divine power was reached, attacks could be released instantly. There was no need to form hand seals because divine power used the meridians of a martial artist as the foundation. By using the cultivator's body to mobilize the spiritual chi of heaven and earth, there would not be much casting time necessary. Domineering attacks, especially single-target attacks, were very terrifying. It was very difficult to block spells of the same level. These two advantages were the key for martial arts cultivators to fight against immortal cultivators. Therefore, every martial art skilled that could cultivate divine power was a top-notch martial art. That's right, although it's only the lowest grade level 1 elementary divine power, it's enough to deal with enemies below the foundation establishment realm. Elder Kin had white hair and a long beard. Upon saying this, he had a hint of pride in his voice. Although elementary divine powers were divided into 9 grades, with grade 1 being the lowest, it was still not something that could be obtained casually. He continued to introduce the skills. "This is one of the 3 top-notch martial arts that I have on me that can cultivate divine powers.